It's our desire that as we play together today, that we'll offer some vibrations, and many of you will receive the vibrations directly from us as we present them here. Many of you will hear Esther's interpretation of the vibrations that we are presenting. So you'll hear words that you will feel some resonance with, which means you'll be close to the vibrational proximity of who you are and what you want and us, so that the words that we speak will make perfect sense to you while we're having these conversations here today. And the advantage of that is when you stay in proximity of vibration that matches the vibration of your source, of your own inner being, your vibration, the vibration of your being, learns the vibration for a little bit. It's like the power of influence of that vibration causes the rest of your vibration in your being just to learn it for a little bit. Now you can forget it when you walk out the door and focus in other places, but while we're presenting it and while you're listening, the vibration of you is likely to learn the vibration of your own inner being, which means you're going to feel clearer than you usually do. Things are going to make more sense to you than they usually do. You're going to begin to feel a clarity and an exhilaration because things that you've been wondering about will become clear to you. And that's such a nice thing. And when you do enough of that, when you do enough of focusing in the direction that your inner being is focused, before long you have reminded all of the vibrational beingness of your physicalness to resonate and vibrate substantially and chronically, mostly there. And then your point of attraction shifts. It's like a lever tipping. It's like almost all of a sudden things that haven't been working begin to work, and things that you didn't know you begin to know. Life just gets better once you make that vibrational shift. And you can do it with us here today. Many of you have already done it. We want to say to you, this shift is not like a college degree where once you achieve it, it is yours forevermore. It either is or it isn't in the moment, depending upon what you're focused upon. So you have complete control over it. It's just easier sometimes than others. You are at your most easiest alignment with who you are when you're observing something beautiful, or when you are listening to something that is in resonance with who you are. If you are hearing someone say to you, you are blessed and you are deserving and good things are always flowing toward you, and as you hear that, you feel good as you hear it, you're in resonance with the truth of who you are. So who are you really? Here you are in your physical bodies, an extension of source energy. But before you came into these bodies, you were only that source energy. You were only pure positive energy, like a vibrational love. There was no resistance. There was no pushing back. There was no doubting. There was no hating. There was only love and enthusiasm about motion forward. And with that enthusiasm, you presented a part of that energy forward into that which is you. So here you stand in this physical body in relationship to this larger non-physical body that is really you, and those two beingnesses of you are everything, because your relationship with who you are and who you came from, but not who you came from, not who you left, who you are an extension of, and who is forward with you here and now. Your relationship between that energy is what equals your guidance system. It's what equals your emotions. Here you are out here in the physical world, and when you are visiting with someone and you are loving them, not because they're lovable, but because you are a lover. So you are loving them. You are finding their positive aspects. It's so easy for you to do. You are in perfect concert with the whole of who you are. There's no separation between you, and you are in your greatest power. That's when you are in your strongest point of attraction. So here you are in your physical body, sifting and sorting through life, knowing what you don't want, knowing what you do want. And when you know what you don't want, clarification about what you do want shoots out of you vibrationally and presents itself in vibrational form. Now, it's hard for you maybe to hear that, or to know it, or to understand it, but we want you to know that happens, and your inner being receives your rocket of desire, your vibrational request, and focuses upon it without contradiction. And then law of attraction begins responding to that focal point that your life gave birth to, that your inner being is tending for you while you catch up with it. And there is always a catching up time, because when you know what you don't want and you give birth to what you do want, usually your awareness of what you don't want is still dominant, and usually you're still talking about it. Did you see what happened? Did you hear what they said? Did you see how wrong that was? Blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, your inner being's over here not paying any attention to your discord, only focused upon what you ask for and holding it in perfect vibrational source energy light, where it is becoming, it is gestating, it is getting ready for you to be ready. The question that we want to put to you here today over and over and over again is the question of your lifetime is, since my life is causing me to always give birth to new, am I up to speed with the new that my life has given birth to? And the answer for most humans is no, not now. The answer for most is not yet. The answer for most is not ever, till I croak, because I'm so fixated on what has already manifested that I as a human don't seem to have the ability to focus into the new that is in the process of becoming, because I'm so in love with seeing and hearing and smelling and tasting and touching and comparing and chatting and talking and blogging and talking with others about it, trying to get everybody to focus with me upon what is. We love you so much, but what is a blessed convoluted mess. What is has some of everything that everybody is thinking about in it. And if you are just all willy-nilly, without any consideration, without using your true guidance system, if you're just evaluating by focusing and observing and comparing and defending and justifying and holding your stance about what's right. Esther was watching something political the other day, and she said to us, we're watching with her. We see it differently than she sees it, but we are watching with her because we like the insights that come to her. She said, so here are two very reasonable bodies of people. Two. There are many more, but let's say two. You might know who they are. Two. And each of them has talent and ability, and each of them has desire. But in their current partisan position, they don't have the ability to reason. They don't have the ability to expand into the new idea. They won't let the new better idea be born because they are too busy defending the ideas that are already being held by themselves. So their anger with each other, they think it's because the other one is in their way. Their anger is that they are not letting themselves move toward what they want. And the thing that is quite ironic about it is that over there in their vortex, in their vibrational reality, is much the same thing. They want the same things. They just don't want to do it the way the other one wants them to do it. Now, why would that be? Why would that be? How do you get competitive and defensive? Aren't you eager to just let well-being rain down? And do you know that it is raining down? Because so many have been asking, and all you have to do as an individual, not even as a political party, not even as a big body of people, all you have to do as an individual is to know that your answers and solutions are raining down all around you, and all you have to do is figure out how to get into the receiving mode so that it comes, you can receive it. You can receive the benefit of the answers and the solutions that are coming to you. And that's what reasoning is. Reasoning is living life, knowing what I don't want, and therefore knowing what I do want, but understanding that from this personal partisan position, in other words, all are that I know what I don't want and I know what I do want, which means I've got a stalemate going on because I know what I don't want and I know what I do want, but I'm not letting myself go to what I do want because I know what I don't want. I know what I don't want. I know what I do want. I know what I don't want. There's a tug of war going on within you. But when you get into receiving mode, you understand that you've done step one. You've already asked, And step 2's already been done because the answer is there and your inner being is swirling around with it, delivering answers to you. Look over here, follow this impulse, look over here. And step 3 is you got to let go of the question in order to hear the answer. You've got to let go of the problem in order to find the solution. And step 4 is you get really good at that. And step 5 is you're back in step 1 and you're not mad at yourself, because you understand that it's the perpetual process of the eternal life that you are living. And so all is so well, all is so well. But it is our desire to help you to figure out how to personally position yourself to be in the receiving mode more of the time, which means you want to complain less and you want to push against fewer things, and you want to stop defending yourself. You want to stand in this place of trusting or knowing or believing that you've asked and it's been answered. And then you want to tune yourself to the receiving of the answer as far as you are able to receive it. You think that you would like someone to understand you completely and give you the precise answers and solutions that you're looking for. You think that that's what you want. It is what you want, and it is what's happening. But you don't know that it's what you want. You might know some of it, that it's what you want, but you don't know that it is happening because you haven't quite yet figured out how to position yourself for the answer. And that's what we'll be talking about here today. How can you put yourself more in vibrational alignment with the solution you seek than with the problem that caused you to ask for the solution? That is as difficult as it gets. And you heard it clearly. So whenever you have the impulse to complain to someone about things that are going wrong, understand that that complaining has you in a holding pattern where you're not close to the receiving mode, and so you're not going to receive the answer. And since you want it so much, you're just going to become more and more frustrated, because frustration is a signal that the tug of war is still going on. Do you think that you understood everything we just said? We do. We think that you heard it. And so now what? What should we talk about now? How should we take this concept that you understand? How can today together we bring that to life so that you will leave here knowing that you create your own reality, and knowing what to do from where you are to let more of the things in that you want? Sound like a good idea? So what do you want to talk about? We like it. Take it easy. Don't worry about a thing. Even if you don't come to the hot seat, we've got you.